Peace, family. So I'm gonna go over real quick. You can see the trade that I took here on micro E mini Nasdaq 100. For anybody that knows trading or knows a little bit about trading or knows a lot about trading, you can probably see already why I took this trade, where I took this trade, why I stayed in the trade, and why my TP was what it was. But for the people that don't, I'm making this video, and I'm also making this video so that I can have some journaling. All right, it's good for me as well as it's good for other people. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move forward and dive into today's markets. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the daily, right? And I know I don't have a shirt on. I'm being like excruciatingly transparent. I just woke up like an hour ago, took trade, and then I meditated and stuff like that. So I could go put a shirt on, but we're being transparent out here. So with that being said, yeah. Anyway, so we moved over. Let's go ahead and move to the daily. What I saw today is that I do first is that I mark up the daily right low and I mark up the daily high. So that's what we're gonna do. Mark up the daily low and the daily high, the previous daily low and the previous daily high. As you can see in the other video, we want to price go up here and then tank, but it hit the weekly fair value gap under the swing. So we had a market structure shift, but now we're in this one. But as of today, on 5/2/2024, we mark up the low and the high. You can see that price ended up targeting the low first. So after we mark up the previous daily low and the previous daily high, I'm going to go down to the hour. I'm just going to jump to the hour. Excuse me. With that being said, as you can see, we were lingering around here on market open yesterday. Boom, right around this area. 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right? All right. So I'm waiting for price to show me its drawn liquidity, right? And as you can see where I have the daily low and the daily high marked up, that's the daily high with the white line, that's the daily low for the white line. And then I just wait for one of those areas to get swept. So let's go down to the 5-minute, right? We always mark up 8:30 as well. Right, and this is like straight beginning level, not really needing to know too much. This is just if people really want to learn and the gist of things. And bear with me, I'm not gonna say that. Just bear with me as I'm learning to become the best teacher for people out there. Anyway, but I know that if we mark up the low or the high of this move down to the low of this move, we have the 50% right around this area here. We also have fair value gaps right here. So that's right at 50%. So that means we're entering into its, I think, a discount. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure that this is the discount. Past the 50%. So that lets you know that, hey, we're in a pretty good area where price can start showing some reversal back down to the downside when you're sitting here. So 8:30 is right here. Before 8:30 we have liquidity, which is right here. Boom, liquidity, right? And then 8:30 hits off. You had news. I was asleep, of course. We'll be passing out. We're going to sleep. And then we just had liquidity sweep. And then here's your swing right here. Here's another swing here. 1, 2, 3. And price just completely just displacement. If you can find entries on 1 minute, you got right here. Right, stop loss can go above the area here or the last liquidity leg. 2 minute, which I don't have that thing anymore, which I need to pay for. Hibbity. All right, look. So you got the low right here too. Right, I'm gonna remove this red line so you guys can see. You have a swing. You have a high wick, a low wick, and a high wick. right? Bam, bada bop bop. So you got a swing low right there, and price ended up displacing really right here. Actually, let me go back. So, okay, yeah, that's what I saw actually on the 1 minute. So I see that there's swings on the 1 minute and then a huge displacement. You have a fair value gap here. What I had saw when I had gotten up was the 3 minute fair value gap here, because I like to get the top of the fair value gap. I don't like to really add my positions. Later on I will, once I have more of a capital and I feel more comfortable. I will, but I don't. So entry would have been around this area here or here. Stop loss would have been above the swing high, and then TPs would have been all of the sell side that is offering to take out the buyers, to take out sell stops. I'm sorry, but take out the sell stops. So which is all this liquidity, You got kind of have relative equal lows here. This is a TP area for fair value gap. There's a volume imbalance that price needs to fill in, and then you have, of course, the daily low. Liquidity just sitting, resting, because price was rising up, but liquidity was never taken out. So when people were buying into the market, you see it kind of took it out there, but people bought again, bought into the market here, bought all the way up. This has never been taken out. You know what I'm saying? So there's money sitting here. There's money sitting under all of this, right? Going back all that mess up. So if there's money sitting, people are buying and the banks haven't taken their money yet, because banks love to take people's money. And if there's money sitting underneath those buys, don't you think that's what you want to target? You always want to target money, right? You don't focus on the money, but you want to target money. You feel me? Anyway, with that being said, I saw price ended up going down, and then I saw that it swept the daily low, right? This is literally me, right? I woke up, I was like, yeah, let me get out, check my phone. I was like, damn, okay, I see something. Went straight to the 1 minute. I saw that it swept liquidity, because I trade on the 1 minute. I break it down all the way to the smallest time frame so that I can see my entry. And then again, I see after a liquidity sweep, which is right here, I see not one swing, which is right here, but I also see two swings, which is right here, right? And then a third one right here. And then like this one, which I didn't account for because price never broke this high, right? But what was left, right? Can you guys see your entry? What was left after price had swept liquidity and then created a swing? Fair value gap. Of course. Right? Here it is. Fair value gap. And then you have another one right here. Fair value gap. And I'm quoting ICT on this because he says it. He taught me this method here. I've been studying the markets for about 5 years, but I started learning this method this year. So, but anyway, he always quotes and says that if there are two fair value gaps, right, always aim for the first one. He will allow price to draw down past the first fair value gap, which is the first one, right? This is the second one. This is the first one. He will allow price to draw down to the first fair value gap, and then I don't know if he says he'll enter on this one. I think what he says is that he'll wait for price to come back into the first fair value gap, and then he'll take, the second fair value gap, and then he'll take his entry right there, and then he'll target, whatever he wants to target. Me personally, I want my first fair value gap. That first fair value gap that displays through the swing, that's what I want right there. So that's my entry right here. Boom. My stop loss always goes below the fair value gap, or I'm below the start of the fair value gap, or below the swing, because initially the price should never go back below this swing because price already swept the last bit of liquidity. It doesn't need to seek this liquidity anymore. What it wants to do is take out the people that are selling, right? So if people sell here, sell here, sell here, sell here twice, sell here, like, don't you think that there's money sitting up here, right? The banks just took all of the money here when they pushed price down. Banks took all of the money that was sitting here. So after they took all of the money that was sitting there, now when people were selling this, don't you think there's money sitting up here, right? So now what the banks are going to do is they're going to want to push price up and take out all of the money that's sitting here, and then they're going to offer sell again, but they're still pushing up. I believe price is going to go back all the way up here, and it might even eventually it might come up here again if it wants to. Okay, with that being said, though, we entered into that first fair value gap. I tell you guys, I literally woke up at 10:38, right around here, 10:38. I checked my phone, and then I look and I see this move, and I quickly draw it up, and I'm like, okay, bet, boom, at 10:43, 10:42, I took my entry, and then I waited for price to do its thing. So this was my stop loss. This was my TP right here. Why was this my TP? Because this is relative equal highs right here. This is relative equal highs. I also don't need any more than this. I don't need any more than this. I don't need to wait for the market, to see if it wants to take out more liquidity. I don't care. I don't care for that. I see what I see. I allow it to be. I am one with the Most High, and one day we shall all be free. You know what I'm saying, my boy and my girl? If you got ladies watching this, if y'all want to make some money, but yeah, that's all I need. I don't need to be greedy. I don't need to be, I don't need to be greedy. Yeah. Anyway, so on top of that, why did I stay inside this trade? Because the fair value gap was left, and then you have an inverse fair value gap right here, which was the confirmation that price was gonna go up for me. Because we had tapped into this, we had buyers starting to come in. Boom, it tapped into it, started pushing up, and then on top of that, well, we have a mitigation block right here. We all love mitigation blocks, right? So if you wanted to compound and pyramid your trades, you can put one entry here, boom, another entry here, boom, another entry here, boom, and then full TP here. So you have 3 contracts to push your full TP. Me personally, I do not trade like that yet. I will eventually. I could see myself taking on another position, but right now I just don't feel comfortable because I really don't need to, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. No one out there is going to tell me that I need to do this one way. It's working for me. So anyway, all my eggs are in a basket right here, and I risk what I'm risking. But you have your fair value gap, your inverse fair value gap, your mitigation block, and then your relative equal high. And then on top of that, which added to my bias, is that we have SMT sitting right here after the liquidity sweep. We see it. We have a lower low. I always get these mixed up. Lower low, and then a higher low, right? Because this low is higher than this low. And then if I switch over to MESM, which is micro S&P 500, you can see that price swept here. So if anybody took a trade on this fair value gap here, and then had their stop losses underneath the fair value gap for the TP to be here, well, I'm sorry to tell you that you got swept out. Sucks. But if you knew the market, you could probably got back in right here or right here. But with this SMT, I knew that price had a better chance of pushing up, so I stayed in the trade right here, and then it kept on going up, and TP was there. That's pretty much it. The trade did not take that much time. It took 27 minutes. We made pretty good profit today. You can see it was a 2-3. We're chilling. We don't really need much. Self-accountability is extremely important. Self-awareness is important. Self-discipline is important in order to allow yourself to have that self-mastery level. All right, grant yourself the permission to be successful. Grant yourself everything that you ever want. See yourself in your mind, feel it in your heart, speak it, and it shall come true. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap that up. It's just a quick 15-minute spill on my thoughts and why I took this trade, where I took this trade, why I stayed in this trade, and I felt really good about this trade. I didn't hesitate. I hesitated on NQ though. I saw on NQ. I saw it on NQ first originally, but NQ is super volatile. Like its volatility is pretty high, and I wasn't about to risk it, boy. I was about to risk $800, $700 for $1,600. You know what I'm saying? Not doing that. Not doing that. Just wasn't feeling comfortable, man. So I just immediately went to MNQ. You know what I'm saying? Taking some baby steps. Bow. Entered without hesitation because I see the trade and the risk was acceptable for me. But and the TP was as well. I love the trade. Great trade. So if you have any questions, comment down below in the comment section. I'll answer all your questions. I'm working on a Discord to where people can get in there and we can just have a good little community. Obviously people would have to pay to get in, but right now I have a Discord where people don't have to pay to get in, so we can just all just learn, grow, live, laugh, love, be light, and everything. Anyway, let me wrap this up. That's the trade for the day. Tune in. I'm gonna continue to drop more of my trades throughout the day. I do go live on my Discord. So if you are wanting to join my Discord, let me know. And sometimes it's Monday through Friday. Sometimes it's a couple days throughout the week. Sometimes it's 2. Sometimes it's 1. I don't have a set schedule on it yet, but we're working towards that. But yeah, if you want to see me go live, take these trades, you want to take these trades with me on your own account. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you to buy. I'm not going to tell you to sell. You can just watch me do what I do live. You can join the Discord. Let me know. But other than that, after I take the trade, I'll be posting it on YouTube telling why, where, how, and what. You know what I'm saying? About my trades. So anyway, I want everybody to have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day and your life. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for watching the video. And the iTrades will be trading again, so stay tuned. Peace.